So to crochet a rose, you're gonna start by making a slip knot. Then go ahead and chain 66. So once you're done crocheting 66 chains, you're going to skip the first 5 stitches, so from the hook. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in the 6th stitch you're going to insert a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So insert a double crochet to the 6th stitch. So now we're going to do a V-stitch. So to do that, you're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then in the 3rd stitch you're going to insert a double crochet. All right, so now you're going to chain 2, and then in that same stitch, you're going to insert another double crochet. All right, so we have a V-stitch. We're going to now skip 2 stitches again, 1, 2, and then in the 3rd stitch you're going to insert a double crochet. Okay, and then you're going to chain 2, and then in that same stitch you insert a double crochet. Okay, so you can see we have our V stitches. So let's do that one more time. So here we skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. In the 3rd stitch you're going to insert a double crochet. All right, and then you're going to chain 2, and then in that same stitch you're going to insert a double crochet. All right, so just repeat that pattern and make your V stitches all across this chain till you're almost at the end of the chain. So remain about 2 stitches at the end of the chain, and I'll show you how to complete your V stitches on this at the end of the chain. All right, so we're almost at the end of the row. So I have 3 stitches remaining, so I'm gonna skip 2 stitches, and then I'm gonna put my last V stitch into that last stitch. So 1 double crochet, and then I'm gonna chain 2, and then in that same stitch I'm going to insert another double crochet. All right, so I have completed this first row of V stitches. So what we're gonna do now is just chain 2 and turn our work. So here in this first chain 2 space, we're going to insert 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then in that same chain 2 space, we're going to insert another 2 sets of double crochets. So 1 and 2. All right, let's do that again. So, and we're gonna skip this stitch right here, and then we're only working on the chain spaces for this round, for this row. So again, we're going to, in the chain 2 space, we're going to insert 2 double crochets. 1, 2. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then in that same chain 2 space, we're going to insert 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay. So here's what it looks like. You're going to repeat that all across till you get to your last chain space, and then you're gonna meet me back when you're done this row, and then I'll show you how to move on to the next row. Okay, so we've reached the end of this round and we only have this chain space. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna insert our last set of double crochets. So we do 2 double crochets, and then we're gonna do a V-stitch. So we're gonna chain 3, and then another set of double crochets. So 1, and then 2. So now we've completed this round, we're gonna chain 1 and turn our work. So what we're gonna do now is, for this row, we're going to go ahead and we're going to insert 7 double crochets into this chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then in between both V stitches, like right here in this chain, so you're gonna skip this V stitch, and in this space right here, just before our next V stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. All right, so let's do that again. So in the chain 3 space, we're going to insert 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then just before the next V stitch, in this space right here, we're going to insert a single crochet. So here's what it looks like. You can start to see the petals. So just repeat that all till you get till the end of the row, and then you're gonna meet me just after you've inserted your last 7 double crochets. Meet me after that, and then I'll show you how to complete these rows. All right, so once you're done crocheting all the way till the end, you're gonna turn your work to the side without the string, so which is this side, and we're gonna be folding it. So you're gonna turn your work this way, facing the inside. This is the outside, and this is the inside. So we're gonna fold it this way. Fold it that way. Okay. And voila. And we have ourselves a rose. Okay. So you can see how making it face the outside, sorry, the inside, you can see how it makes the petals fold nicely and gives it more of a flatter look. So now that we have our rose, what we're gonna do next is to insert a needle, and you're just going to sew the back, pass it through from one side to the other and just sew it up. Okay, so I am going to thread my yarn, just pass it through a needle, and then I'll show you how I'm going to sew it up. So I went ahead and inserted my needle. So I am ready to sew up this rose. So we're gonna turn it this way. And we're gonna pass it from one side to the other. Making sure it's deep enough so that it doesn't come loose. Okay, so now we can just tie it up, make a knot. You can make several knots. Okay, one more knot. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and cut the yarn. And here's what our rose looks like. That is just absolutely totally beautiful. All right, absolutely beautiful. So now we're going to make a leaf. So I've already made one, so I'm going to show you how to make one of these. So what you're going to do is that you're going to bring your yarn. You're going to make a slip knot. And you're going to go ahead and chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so now from the second chain from the hook, we're going to insert a single crochet. And then in the next chain, we're going to insert 1 half double crochet. Okay. So in the next 5 stitches, you're going to insert 1 double crochet each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we have 2 stitches remaining, so we're going to insert 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. And in the last stitch, we're going to insert a single crochet. So if we've completed one side of our leaf, so we're going to turn it around this way to the side. And then we're going to chain 1. In the next stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. Okay, and then the next one, you're going to do a half double crochet. In the next 5 stitches, you're going to insert a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, in the next stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet, and then in the last stitch, you're just going to do a single crochet. Okay, and then we're just going to insert a hook into that last stitch right here at the top, and we're just going to slip stitch. Okay, and voila, we have ourselves a leaf. So we're just going to chain 1 and cut our yarn. Pull that yarn, Now you can see we have a set of leaves. So you can just go ahead and hide your yarn at the back of the leaf. Okay, and then you can cut your yarn. We do the same on this side. And then we cut our yarn. You can see, very, very easy, super easy. All right. So at this point, you can bring your rows, and then you can just sew the leaves to the side as you want. So that's how it's gonna look. You just sew your leaves to the side that way, and that's it. That's your rose. All right, thank you so much for watching.